I'm Eric Rohn, WGN News.
Demetrius Ivory joining us right now. Near whiteout conditions, apparently. Go ahead.
Oh, well, excuse me. We have how much snow came down. We're gonna show you that picture.
It's unbelievable.
We paused it right around 2 o'clock when this happened, so you can see that lake effect snow band. First off, let's take a look at how things were for Chicago. A better day with our high temperature only reaching about 10 degrees, but we did have some sunshine finally. And you know what? Dare I say, 10 degrees felt a little bit better with the sun kind of added in. Of course, much cooler than normal. And today, again, our temperature dropped to 0 degrees, and will continue to drop below that. Low temperature down to -2. That means, as far as our 0 degree days, they're beginning to stack up. So far for this season, we've had 15 days, the most by this date in 30 years. Full season, we average about 25 days, and well, so far we're talking 6 days, which will across the region. We basically saw our temperature was 10 degrees. The cold snap wasn't just here. All the way down south, winter storm warnings as far south as Houston, Texas. We showed you earlier this show, that it was much warmer in Alaska. How about this? The freezing line all the way down to Mexico at this hour. This is just a deep pool of cold air that is burning across the eastern United States, currently reading at 0 here, -4 as you travel towards Milwaukee. We even have temperatures in the mid-20s, 25 degrees right now in Atlanta. Typically this time of the year, the high temperature should reach the lower 50s. Take a look at all the watches and warnings littered across the eastern half of the country. Again, Houston, that is a winter storm warning for the potential for ice and snow there. That far south, we have these wind chill advisories across our region. Of course, Chicago under one until early tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. 24-hour temperature change. And where you see blue on this map, that indicates cold air on the move. We're 5 degrees colder than we were this time of the day yesterday. There's a bit of warm air out to our west, and that's going to help jump our temperatures into the low 20s tomorrow, but the winds will also begin to pick up. So let's take a look at how things are in terms of predicted wind gusts. And this is something that just really is staggering. When you look at tomorrow afternoon, 48 mile per hour wind gusts right up along the lake. Even as you travel in towards Bartlett into Kane and also DeKalb counties, we still are expecting mid 40 mile per hour wind gusts throughout the afternoon. Those winds don't diminish until Saturday, and still it's pretty strong. Wind gusts right around 30 to 35 miles per hour. And well, today our high temperature did climb up to about 10 degrees. We were much colder than yesterday. Our high temperature change actually about 5 degrees there. Midway, we only made 11. Typical high this time of the year, 31 degrees, so we're much colder than normal. Now, we do want to kind of focus on that lake effect snow band that caused that pileup, that unfortunate pileup there on I-94. Stopped it here, 2 p.m. This is actually 2:49. You can see this thin lake effect sliver. This is what created those whiteout conditions. If you're traveling, if you're a little bit east of this thing, clear, smooth sailing, but as soon as you get under that, your visibility drops to 0, and unfortunately, that's what happened. Now, the good news is that system, or that lake effect band, has moved off towards the east, and we can look back at some of the damage, unfortunately. Roseland, that number, 6.8, how about this, 4.6 of that, 4.5 inches of that fell in about an hour's time. That's just east of the accident area. All right, here's your forecast for tonight. Clear and bitterly cold. We'll see temperatures as low as -12 inland. As you get a little bit closer, you'll be closer to 0. -4, -6 at O'Hare, and those winds will really start to pick up late tonight. Tomorrow, increasing cloudiness, becoming very windy with a 40 mile per hour wind gust, maybe higher than 40 in some areas. The snow is going to move in, though, we think, in time by tomorrow evening. 1 to 3 inches of snow. Our problem is that snow is going to be drifting and blowing as we have those winds. That means roads are really going to be treacherous for tomorrow afternoon and evening. Friday night, periods of light snow. It's going to be very windy with that snow continuing to drift and blow. All the damage is going to be about 1 to 3 inches, which finally gets out of here on Saturday. Saturday, blustery, blowing and drifting snow, yada, yada, yada. We'll do it all over again. Basically, we get snow one day, brutally cold temperatures the next day, then snow again on Sunday.
It's kind of a pattern these days, huh?
And not a very fun pattern.
No. Thank you so much.
Pushing for change in Springfield, the 4 Republican candidates for governor offered their vision for the state.
And Edward Snowden responds to President Obama's proposed changes to the NSA.